Hey, what's up? My name is Daniela and welcome to a new vlog. So today is Wednesday, the 10th of May, and I thought I would start a new vlog. I was kind of thinking it could be a month-long vlog, but we will see how much I actually film. I just came from work and I'm exhausted, but I would like to give you a reading update on what I've been reading so far in May. So my reading pace has been slower, but I have finished one book. And that was We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. So this is a young adult contemporary, and you know, it's a bit older. I think it's from like 2017, so not exactly a new release. And I've been intrigued by this book mainly because of the cover and because I really love the name Nina, so kind of weird reasons. But I bought this, I think, when I was in Barcelona, because yeah, it just jumped at me from the shelves. And lately I've been thinking, like, I don't even read that much young adult. Like, I don't love like sad young adult, and this book deals with grief. So, you know, I wasn't super keen on picking it up, but at the same time, you know, I was still a bit intrigued, and I mostly wanted to have read it, but I'm really glad I picked it up and didn't unhaul it or something. So in this book we follow a main character called Marion, and she's all alone during a winter break in a college dorm, but then like her friend is supposed to visit her, which she's nervous about. And yeah, this is her friend Mabel. Basically they had been friends for some years, and then something else happened between them. So now we know that before Marion went to college all by herself, something happened. So on the back it says, "You go through life thinking there's so much you need, until you leave with only your phone, your wallet, and a picture of your mother." So yeah, she kind of fled her hometown, or the town where she grew up, and she's dealing with grief. And there isn't much plot to this book. It's just mostly one timeline about the spring and summer before she went to college, and then the second timeline is Mabel visiting. So basically it's an exploration of her relationship with Mabel and her relationship to her grandfather, and it's a very slow, kind of quiet, atmospheric book. I really like the nostalgic or like melancholic atmosphere. You have to be in the right mood for it, I guess, but it was stunning. Like, I love the cover, and the inside was beautiful as well. Amazing writing, and yeah, just like a collection of little moments and thoughts. And you know, although it was really melancholic and sad, there were also some hopeful moments. So yeah, basically I really enjoyed this one. I guess it's between 4 and 5 stars. I haven't decided. I thought that it was amazing, but at the same time it isn't exactly my thing right now. So in the terms of enjoyment, maybe it wasn't up there, but yeah, I will think on it a bit more. And then the book I'm currently reading is The Kiss Quotient by Halang Huang. So this is book 1 in the Kiss Quotient series, and I am reading this one to continue with the series. So I read this book for the first time in 2019, I think, and I listened to it on audio, and I loved it. It was 5 stars. This is an adult contemporary romance about our main character called Stella, who works as a econometrician, and she's autistic. And she feels that she's not very good at relationship and being intimate, so she hires an escort named Michael, and she wants him to teach her how to do these things. And from the beginning, you know, they are attracted to each other, and their relationship becomes something else than like client and sex worker. Reading it for the second time after a few years, and also reading it physically, which for me personally means that I like more things are sinking in, and you know, I have more time to absorb everything. And I have to say that like I'm appalled by like how her mother talks about her being autistic and her autistic traits. Like, it's potentially triggering, and Stella herself, like, she feels very guilty about her autistic traits, and it is a bit tough to read. So I've been learning more about neurodivergence and myself, and yeah, rereading this book, it really hits different. But yeah, really enjoying my reread. I'm on page 103. As I've said, my reading pace has been pretty slow, so it might take me some time to finish this, but yeah, I will update you later. Hello, so another update from this spot, because when I'm at home I spend most of the time on the couch. But anyway, May has ended, so yeah, I didn't end up vlogging or reading that much in May. May was a very intense month, both in bad and good. And yeah, I'm behind on several things, but the flip side is that I had a lot of fun outings, either on my own or with friends, and the weather has been amazing, which also leads to more fun adventures outside. But also the allergies have been killing me. Today it's finally raining after like 2 weeks, so hopefully it will get better. And also last week we had a walking challenge at work, which basically meant, yeah, walk as many steps as you can. And yeah, we were divided into teams of like each team had 10 people, and I actually ended up having the most number of steps in our group, which is like a big achievement, because usually, you know, my colleagues walk way more than me. But yeah, I was really committed this time, and you know, it took a lot of time and a lot of effort. Like, I kind of rearranged my days and was looking for more opportunities to walk and such, and it paid off. But also it might be like my last challenge of this type, because yeah, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy, and at the end of the day the number of steps is not like my biggest goal in fitness. Like, I think I could benefit much more from doing more yoga, and especially strength training, which I don't do any now. And yeah, I think it would be more beneficial than walking like 20,000 steps a day, which was my average. But on one day I did a hike, and that was 32,000 steps. So yeah, that was, you know, the most amount in a very long time. But anyway, for the reading update, so I have finished The Kiss Question by Helen Huang. So yeah, as I said, this was a reread. I really enjoyed it. I would say it's probably still 5 stars. I have to say that this time I noticed more, and also it was mentioned by some other people in a live show, that like the main male character is not the best. Like, yeah, I don't love him. He's a bit too possessive and pushy for my taste, but I do love Stella as the main female character. But for Michael, like, yeah, he isn't my personal favorite, but I wouldn't say his behavior was like horrible. And so, you know, on one level you have the option that she enjoys this behavior, and then, you know, it works for the chemistry, which I think they had great chemistry. And on another level, or like from another point of view, like, not every romance has to be perfect for me to enjoy the book. And yeah, I really enjoyed Stella as the main character. As I probably mentioned, like, her work is close to my heart. Like, it's not exactly what I do, even though like I participated in a project that was very similar to what she does, but just the thing, just like the activity of losing yourself in working with data and finding the flow in it, that's something that's relatable to me. The situations where she was overwhelmed by sensory input was also very relatable. And I liked the character growth in the sense that at first she was like, okay, I will try to overcome these traits or like sensitivities, but then she was like, no, like, this is who I am, I'm not going to suffer for a man. I like the side characters too. I liked Michael's sister Janie, and I also liked his cousin Kwon. And the third book is about him, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, the autistic rep is on Voices, and I really appreciate it. And as I said, some things were really relatable, but I know that I will be seeking more books with this rep that are in that handle it more a bit more in a like joyous way. Like for example, the way it was handled in Act Your Age, Eve Brown, I really liked, because yeah, in this book, as I said, it was also great, but at the same time, at times pretty tough to read because of the internalized ableism and the ableism of people around Stella. But yeah, on to the next one soon. I have to say that I'm not super excited about the second book in the series, but it might surprise me. But yeah, the third one should be really good, so yeah. Then I also DNF'd a book, so we have a work club, we have a book club at work where we read mostly non-fiction, and so far the selection has been great. But in May we were reading How the World Really Works by Václav Smil, which is a guy you know, with Czech descendants. He's like a scientist, and this was a book that talked about a lot of different things, but mainly from the point of like energy and fossils and oil and stuff like that. It was pretty technical, pretty boring in the sense that it was just stat after stat. And you know, some of the tidbits were interesting, but it lost me pretty quickly, especially because I was already, I wouldn't say in a reading slump, just overwhelmed by other things, so I didn't even manage to read light things, let alone something like this. But yeah, it just wasn't keeping my attention, and if I wanted to consume information of this kind, I would much prefer another format, like maybe like a video, instead of just reading pages and pages of dry text. So yeah, that was a DNF. And then I finally started Rosalind Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall, but I'm only on page 27, and I started maybe like more than a week ago. So when I get to reading again, which hopefully will be in the next vlog, I will probably start from the beginning. We met the two main characters, and yeah, they have an interesting chemistry. But anyway, as I said, I will talk about this book in another video. But anyway, my dinner is done. I made frozen pizza, margarita, yeah. Can't wait to have a comforting dinner after going to the office after 4 days, and you know, the cumulative tiredness of the walking challenge plus the allergies, and also like sleeping shitty, probably mainly because of the allergies, have really caught up to me. So yeah, cozy evening it is. I will let you go. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Talk to me in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!